Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna turn this thing around here in a minute, but I just wanted y'all to read this. I attended this the other night. Dan Crenshaw put on a border security summit here locally. I don't care what you say about Crenshaw. No one likes him. This was a good event, and you should have showed up to voice your opinion on it. These were the guys there that was speaking. Chad Wolf, you can see who he is. Tom Homan, you can see who he is. Senator Brandon Creighton, he's my senator. Steve McCraw, he was not there because he's dealing with the fiasco down in Uvalde, but there was a DPS officer there. And Brandon Judd, he was there. Now, no matter what you think about Crenshaw, he is a full-blown rhino. I think he is a CIA plant. He's some kind of government plant because he rose too quickly, came out of nowhere. And, man, he's got the little old lady vote locked in. But the room was packed. I don't know, 200 people, I guess, in there. Standing room only. And the thing you got to pull away from this is Texas is in bad shape. And I'm in bad shape because these damn planes keep flying over right now. But bottom line is, all those guys that spoke talk about how it used to be and how it is now. And, they're doing their job as humanely as they can. And it's just hard to do when you have millions of people invading your state, crossing the border. You don't have the manpower, you don't have the money. But we can get the manpower and we have the money. It's just Abbott won't turn it loose. Abbott is a rhino. He's a fence center. He sticks his finger up in the air every day, see which way the wind's blowing. And now he's working on gun control legislation because of the tragedy down in Uvalde, because some mentally ill nut decided to shoot up a school. Now, I have my opinions on that guy, but I'm not talking about that right now. So, getting back to the border summit, the UN recognizes 159 countries in the world. And so far, we have picked up people from 159 of those countries. It's not just invading from Mexico and Honduras and South America and all that. It's from all over the world. And tell you the truth, the majority of them are coming over here because they got the message from Brandon up in Washington, D.C., that, man, we got free stuff. Y'all come over here and y'all be set for life. You'll never have to leave again. You can stay here forever. And that's basically what they say. They can arrest them and they turn them loose on their own recognizance and give them a court date to show up, and then they're turned loose into the country, never to be seen again. So I feel for the guys down there on the border trying to do their job. Their hands are tied. All of these guys here, with the exception of the DPS officer and the Border Patrol, he's the president of some union. Whoopee, we got a union Border Patrol. There's no reason at all why a public sector government entity should be unionized. It just shouldn't be. So they are they're arresting people who are MS-13 gang members, people who the countries that emptied out their prisons get them here, because the thought is from the Democrats is once they're here, they're going to vote Democrat. And that's their ultimate goal, is to get them here to vote Democrat. Some of them realize when they get here it's not quite as great as they think it is, but anyhow. But here's what you need to take away from that. Number one, when someone local, who is your congressman, your senator, whenever they have an event, a town hall, y'all need to show up. Y'all need to show up. Like I was told when my very first job to my very last job, that 90% of the job is showing up and showing up on time. You can learn how to do your job. You can learn how to do it better. Show up and show up on time. So whenever there's something political going on in your area, you need to show up and get involved. Because if you don't, there's only the 3% of us that take up the slack. And, you know, I'm willing to do that. I jumped on this bandwagon many years ago. So y'all need to show up, for one thing. If you don't like the guy, you can call him out. You need to look up his record, see how he votes, see how he has either changed his way of voting, or does he still have the grassroots conservatives in their heart. Dan Crenshaw does not. But here's the one thing that you need to remember out of all of that, and you can ask anybody that was there, and I can name them for you. Every one of them that was on the stage, the ICE guy, the DHS guy, Senator Creighton, the DPS guy, and even the Union Border Patrol guy, said things were so different when Trump was in charge. And when they answered that, when they were answering questions, they were up there on a forum like a panel. Crenshaw would ask a question, and they would look at Crenshaw. Crenshaw never asked what was bad before, what it's like now, and all of this stuff. And at least I don't remember it. Excuse me, I'm out here and got bugs flying. All of them addressed the audience and looked us all straight in the eye and scanned the audience and said, when President Trump was in charge, and some of us still believe that he is in charge, he's just letting Biden extend the rope that he's going to be hung with, that the border was under control. People were going through the checkpoints, going through the right way, checking in the right way, and then they were going back to Mexico and waiting for their turn in court to come over and get a hearing on that. Biden has done away with all of that mess. They're just flooding it, and coming over. I'm saying Biden. I should have said Brandon again, but who knows? Everybody knows who Brandon is. So, but every one of them brought that up. And, Crenshaw did not support Trump. He still thinks that Biden won the election, that the election was fair. So I question his loyalty. Again, he is a deep state globalist. He went to a class on how to become a deep state globalist. Can't trust the man. You can't trust the man at all. Can't get that through people's heads. So all of them, they just never let up on how it used to be when Trump was in the White House. Trump had a hold of it, and people were terrified of Trump because he knew, and he would bring down consequences on everyone there if they didn't do what he wanted done, especially down at the border. Other things too, but we're talking about border. So I beg Trump takes his presidency back soon. I'm not sure how much more the United States can take. Texas can probably withstand a little bit more of it. But Abbott could do what Biden is not doing. In the Texas state constitution, it says that we can protect our sovereignty any way we want to, especially if it's under invasion. We are being invaded. Seriously, folks, it is an invasion. You'll never hear it on the evening news about the number of people that's coming across, but there are literally millions of people that have crossed in the last 2 years on Texas border alone. Abbott could put a stop to it right now, but he refuses to do it. Refuses to do it. And some of the people that work under Abbott are choosing a paycheck rather than doing the job of protecting Texas and the sovereignty of this state. So we all need to get off our butts. And I'm talking to a lot of Christians out there. You need to get off your butt because God put us here for a reason. He put us here to bring people to Christ, but he also put us here to get his will done. I can't remember anywhere in the Bible where God did not use man to get his what he wanted to get done across. So this is what we need to do. Take it to heart. Get involved. Contact me if you need to. We'll show you how. God bless y'all, and God bless Texas.